Welcome to the wide world of esports, a show devoted to all things esports. I'm your host, Katharine Nohr. Today, my guests are Megan Van Petten, the founder of Esports Trade Association, John Davidson, the board chair of Esports Trade Association, and Michaela Frank, program leader for Esports Next. Our topic today is NASCAR and esports, a can't miss event. All right, welcome Megan, John, and Michaela. Let's start with you, Megan. Okay, how does NASCAR and esports be put together in the same sentence? What are we talking about here?
We're talking about racing toward esports excellence. What we have found at the association is a lot of questions. What is esports? So when we create our conferences, we love to do them alongside a traditional sporting event. And it's so perfect that Chicago shut down their streets last year to have the first NASCAR street race, and we're back for another run.
All right, so what does Esports Next have a role then with the NASCAR race?
Well, we unofficially have a role. We're doing it alongside NASCAR Street Race, and we do share a sponsor, Coca-Cola. So we're complementary, complementary together, similar to the Wrigley Rooftop. We're not at the Cubs game per se, but we're at the Cubs game. So we do have a similar experience, a VIP food and beverage. Um, what is it, Turn 8, John?
Yeah, Turn 8 on Michigan Avenue. We have an exclusive venue, 10 stories tall with a beautiful balcony overlooking the race, overlooking Lake Michigan. And it's a wonderful way to bring together networking experiences and esports. So we're really focusing on bringing together our members to create memories around esports. So we can, follow up and just have a more communal feeling, less stiff, more casual. And, so rather than saying, Miss Noor, I think I gave you my business card at the conference, it's like, Catherine, how have you been? Let's catch up. Sort of a vibe.
All right. So, John, last year we went to the Cubs game and we actually went to Wrigley Rooftops. Let's show the picture of our gang together. It was a great opportunity to chat and meet new people. Um, so, what were your thoughts about that event, John?
Oh, I absolutely love it for all of those reasons. Wrigley Field is an iconic baseball park. People around the country and around the world travel to Wrigley Field just to have that experience. And so for us to be able to provide these unique, memorable networking experiences to our members is just fantastic. And so we're doing almost the same exact thing around NASCAR this year. So if you have been to the Wrigley rooftop, just substitute Wrigley Field for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race. And it's going to be fantastic. It's a great way to build relationships before the 2 days of programming of our conference, which Mickey is doing such a fantastic job leading.
And speaking of Mickey, Mickey, tell us what to expect for the upcoming Esports Next conference in June of 2024.
Yeah, we're doing a few different things than last time. This time are going to have three different tracks, and two of them are always going to be going on at the same time. We have a focus track session for brands so they can learn how to engage within the community. We also have another track for educators for scholastics, so they can learn how to utilize esports within the classrooms and what it does for the students and how to engage it with it so that it's purposeful and fun for the students, right? And then lastly, we also have one for cities. As you know, we are growing chapters all over, and there's a lot of city who's like, hey, esports kind of cool. It kind of bring people together, right? So how can we use that to grow the local community and use that to grow their cities?
All right, so let's show the video from this is Esports Next in 2023. So that will hopefully encourage you to attend in 2024.
I see esports developing. We see that it's been trending year over year. I think that more brands are going to look to get involved, and the more that brands get involved, it has more visibility, they're able to put more media dollars behind it, and also get on bigger platforms. I see esports moving over into more broadcast TV and having bigger moments. My hope is that in the next 10 years, the largest esports events will compete with the Olympics.
We joined the Esports Trade Association almost a year ago, and it's been a great experience for us. We believe that if you want to get into this space, you need to be part of an organization like this, and this is definitely one of the best organizations out there.
Coming here is where we bounce a lot of ideas and creativity. We're seeing tremendous growth. Just last year, I'll give you an example, we were involved in the pitch competition at the same conference last year. A year later, we're already a multi-million-dollar company realizing our vision.
The EsportsNext Conference is very important to the esports industry. It's cultivating not only the business relationships, but also the networking relationships that are needed to really bring esports up to the level that it needs to be here in the United States.
In this conference, I see all these companies and organizations, providers, software, all the communications, and they're all helping each other, and all boats are rising at once.
People need to understand that this is a growing multi-million-dollar business, and we're here to treat it as such because we want to encourage that growth. We want to be more than just gamers that push buttons. We can be business professionals as well, and we want to bring that experience as well to gamers. Let them have these big events. Give them the high quality standard that they should have.
One of the things that we have discovered is being part of the community is one of the most important things when it comes to the gaming world, right? And being part of the Esports Trade Association and being present for it, I think is really, really important for us as a company.
What I see this conference being able to do for the future is really creating that governing body and being the resource that players, developers, manufacturers, programmers can all come to, and through their membership, be able to activate anything that they want to do in the esports arena in any place in the world. Because the network has grown to be so strong and so vast that we can help service anybody who is trying to make a footprint in our space.
What we're doing here is we're bringing all sorts of people together, not just the core esports industry, but people from outside of the space who not just want to listen and learn and gain a better understanding of the space, but have products, services, and an expertise that can be provided to our community to help build more sustainable growth for the future.
So my next question is to you, Megan. Okay, so why should we go to Chicago and meet together in person rather than just wear our pajama bottoms and get on Zoom and see each other on a flat screen?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. What's not to love about Chicago? We're in the Midwest. We're a very beautiful city on the lake. We're staying at the Mag Mile. You're experiencing the street race that's going to be right downtown. And we're walking distance to the area where we can be enclosed to view the race. Last year we did have rain. Mother Nature didn't cooperate. So this year we want to make sure it's a optional indoor or outdoor experience. It's so easy to get in and out. We're a day and a half. It's a short conference. The race is on Sunday. Monday's the big day, and Tuesday's more the membership day.
All right, let's show a few of those pictures of Chicago so we can get excited about this beautiful city. It's amazing. So that's a river walk, and then there's the Tribune building there.
The architecture along right there. So we're staying, right, just about a minute from there. You'll be able to see the river walk right from your room if you get a river walk view from the Hotel Intercontinental. We're partnering with the World Business Chicago again this year. Choose Chicago. The city is going to warmly welcome all of our very important people that are making the trip. We have over 90 consulates invited from all over the world. And, Mickey's here to talk about what the tournament is going to be about and the gaming house. Mickey's our inside gamer. She just loves to share all about the scholastic, beats that are happening in the space. And it's just a great time. The Coca-Cola Gaming House was probably one of my favorite experiences last year, and they're going to bring it on tour again this year.
So, and speaking of that, Michaela, what are some of the special things that you're particularly looking forward to in June?
Being a former teacher, I mean, my heart, has a special place for like a lot of the scholastic aspects of it. I've seen for myself, what esports and gaming can do for students if you do it purposefully enough. And a lot of the tracks are great, like, how to utilize esport like to fit within the curriculum. You're going to learn how to produce a tournament with the students, and we're going to partner up with like universities to actually produce a tournament there too. So and the gaming house is awesome. I love the chairs. The chairs is the most comfy thing on I've ever sat in. So yeah, and the gaming house is really cool. We have, we have the, I think last year we had a Mario Kart tournament that was a really big hit. So we're going to do it a lot bigger this year. So
All right. So, John, let me ask you, are we bringing back speed networking?
We absolutely are. Yeah, speed networking is one of our favorite aspects, and it really just enables you at the very, very beginning of the conference to just identify who's in the room. The most valuable part of these conferences is the networking. We love the experiences, we love learning from thought leaders throughout the industry, but it's all about doing business. And you do business with people who you know, people you build relationships with. And so we start out with just a simple, what do you do and what are your goals? And through that, after just about 30 minutes, you meet every single person in that room. Sometimes you'll go to an event and you miss people who you were hoping to meet, or you didn't know somebody was in that room who would be complementary to your business. So we enable people in a very quick way to identify, who do I want to spend more time with at dinner, at these networking experiences, so I can build this relationship and we can have a mutual benefit throughout our businesses.
I have to give you extra credit, John. I really appreciated at last year's conference that you basically told us not to talk to the same person for a long time, but to move on and talk to other people. And I thought that that was fantastic. I've never heard of that in a conference, because usually what happens is people hang out with people they know and that they're in the same clique, or they even hang out with the people from the same company. So they never actually meet other people. So I thought that was
Right.
fantastic.
Well, and I would add that we just have such a wonderfully diverse group of attendees as well. So we have folks from brands, from video game publishers, professional esports teams, educators, CVBs, B2B providers, live event production. And I received, I think, not I received, but our association received the greatest compliment I could think of. And I heard it time and time again. People said, John, this is the best networking I've ever experienced at a conference. And the reason is, Megan Van Petten and our team have had the opportunity to develop a culture of others first, leading generously. And so people aren't here to make a quick buck or take your money or what have you. People are here to say, how can I help you? And we have a belief that if everybody has that attitude, everybody benefits.
Well, that's fantastic. So I'm sure everyone's wondering, Megan, why are you guys dressed alike? What is this all about? Did you get the memo today?
We love jerseys. It's so fun to celebrate our members and our sponsors. And each and every year we do a jersey giveaway. And it's something every single person gets, and you have to come to the conference to get the jersey. So that's another fun thing. And speaking of the networking, this year we're doing table topics. And every single one of our roundtables has a different topic. So it really encourages people to float around and talk about different things like, esports in stadiums, or esports in my school, or esports in my city, and more. So I'm excited to share that with you. So your speed networking is at a roundtable this year, Catherine, instead of the
Oh,
long table. Yes, a little more
I do
space.
have to admit it got pretty loud at that long table.
It does.
I think we were
It,
just
it does
telling
because
each
it's so
other.
exciting. I
But it was-
promise that you'll leave with hundreds of new friends.
Yeah, I did last time. So I have a question for you, John. It's interesting that we see Coca-Cola as a sponsor of esports, and it's clearly not an endemic brand for esports. Tell us why Coca-Cola would have any interest, or any other non-endemic brand, in sponsoring your event.
Great question. So it comes down to what is the mission and the culture of the brand. If you think about Coca-Cola, for decades, they've been about bringing people together. And it was just perfect when I first met Rachel Shahal, who is our wonderful representative at Coca-Cola. We easily identified on our missions being so similar. And she saw that, our mission is to bring together the core esports industry alongside complementary experts who have expertise in traditional marketing, live events, etc., and bringing two groups of people who need each other but struggle to communicate. The Esports Trade Association is that bridge that brings people together. And so when we saw the opportunity for Coca-Cola to reach the gaming audience, and seeing the overlap of our missions and the spirit of partnership, it just made all the sense in the world. And they have proved to be a fantastic partner and will be our partners for years on end.
Fantastic. Um, so Michaela, when you went, oh, there we go. Megan, tell us about that magazine.
This is
Awesome.
the only guide to esports in the industry, and we are so excited to bring this to all of our event attendees and members. You're automatically listed in the membership, and just by coming and or being a member. So it's all things esports, and we give them away to all our attendees, and it's just such a great, old old tried and true way to get a hold of somebody.
Fantastic. Well, I did interview the publisher on a show, so that was pretty awesome. They were pretty excited about that magazine.
Well, that's Jeff Gadick. They do the sports business guide. Look at the size of these guides. And that's what, this is a big magazine. It's SBG, Sports Business Guide. They're just a great publisher. They're here in Chicago. They're wonderful partners. And they'll actually have a table topic, publishing and esports, when you get to the conference.
All right, fantastic. So, Mickey, who should come to this conference? Like, what, you know, tell us, like where, like, if you're from another country, if you're in even a vendor, I mean, what categories of people should be coming?
I think anybody with an interest in esports should come to the conference. We have people, last year, I think people have people go from all the way from, like, I think Switzerland. This year we have someone from Singapore who signed up. Yeah, that one of my favorite, like, publisher. I play a lot of their games. Um, but yeah, anybody with an interest in esport, because as the trade association, we encompass the entire ecosystem, right? From, like John said, from the teams, the developer, to the manufacturer, to just non non-gaming brands, come together to try to figure out what this is. Schools, teachers going to be there. So yeah, just anybody who's interested in esports, want to know what it is, want to learn more about it, want to learn more about how to, leverage esports in whatever it is that they're trying to do. And it doesn't have to be even from the US. We have, like, international companies and professionals too. So there is a big community out there.
And one of my favorite people I met was from Sri Lanka, and I actually interviewed him
Amila,
on the
yes.
show. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So fantastic. So should is this even appropriate for a host of a talk show that lives in Hawaii?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely, definitely. You
I
should
know
host a
Megan.
show there.
Megan has been trying to get me to come. So um, let me let me ask you, John. Is there going to be a pitch contest or an elevator pitch contest?
Absolutely. That's one of the mainstays of the Esports Next Conference is an elevator pitch. So think Shark Tank in real life. And so if you think about the esports space, it's so new, it's so innovative. And so it really not only attracts a very entrepreneurial minded group, but a lot of new technologies and ideas are required to develop this into a profitable space. And so we provide a platform not just for the entrepreneurs themselves, but also for investors to take opportunity in these great new companies. And so we've been doing this 4 years now. Megan has facilitated this time and time again, so it runs smoothly. It's really exciting. So if you are somebody who has a new product or service that you would love to be part of the elevator pitch, reach out to us. And if you're an investor looking to take part in great opportunities and help those who are blazing those trails, reach out to us and come attend as well.
Terrific. So
You know, I'll
Megan,
just add real quick,
yeah,
Catherine.
sure.
I want you to come because we're more than an event company. We're a community, and we're a community owned by members. The Esports Trade Association is the only 501c6 in the space, and it's, you know, built by members, and you're a member, and we love this show, we support the show, and it just wouldn't be the same without you because you're part of us. You're part of our leadership, you're part of our strategy, our vision, and you know, your LinkedIn lives are amazing, your participation, the book you're helping with. You know, I just really want to let you know how much we appreciate you, your work, and legacies are why we're living. And you make an amazing contribution to us.
Well, thank you so much. And you know, it's really fun because one of the people who I've had on my show 3 times, and three is the record for number of times on my show, and that is Dexter Carr Jr. And he actually won an award last year. What award did Dexter win, Megan?
He won Member of the Year because he is just such a great leader. He's in our esports Lead Generously program, program that's led by Michaela Frank, sponsored by Coca-Cola. He leads the Baltimore chapter from nothing. He developed that chapter. And he's done some amazing events brought to you by Microsoft alongside the city, has done a lot for the economic development there. And this year, you are going to be so excited. Our member celebration and awards luncheon got moved to a sneaker soiree in the evening after all the fun on Monday. Bring your favorite dress or throw on your sneakers and sunglasses or a jersey and come join us for an evening of fun.
All right, so let's show some of the photos of last year. Yeah, and there's the stars of the show.
There we go.
We're missing Mickey up there.
Yeah, that was your
She was
your
wearing
spot,
camouflage.
Nikki.
That's why you can't see her.
All right, and there you are again. Definitely
Boy,
the shining stars.
we can
Aw.
find the camera apparently. There he is.
Yeah,
All right.
and that was the awards ceremony, right, John?
Yeah.
That's right. That's with Sam Rhodes of Six Flags and Christian Widdick of Encore.
Mm.
Two fantastic supporters of ESTA. We love those guys.
Mhm.
All right. And then the gang. This is
Hey.
the
Ladies.
gang.
That's great.
Yeah.
Every
And
year we induct a Hall of Famer, And last year we inducted Charles Conroy, and he went and played video games with the kids over at the Children's Lurie Hospital. And this year, are we saying we're inducting, John, or is it a surprise still?
I think it's still a surprise. We are
Okay.
excited for that announcement. Yeah, but stay tuned. It is someone you're going to want to meet, and it has a perfect cross section with esports and racing. So stay tuned for that.
Fantastic. So let's bring up the website. And Mickey, why don't you tell us, how people can find about the conference and about ESTA if they want to join.
Yeah, you definitely join at ESTA, esportta.org/join. If you want to know more about the conference, go to esportsnext.gg. And those two places are the best resources for a lot of more informations regarding sessions or how to join, benefits, and all of that stuff.
All right, fantastic. Well, you're really convincing me that I should fly to Chicago.
You should. It'd
What
be
we like to hear.
fun.
Yeah. So anyway, well, thank you so much, Megan, John, and Michaela for being my guests today. And I look forward to hearing more from you and members of ESTA in the future. And I also thank you to our viewers for joining us today. And in 2 weeks, my guest will be Women in Games Ambassador Madeline Gilbert. See you then.